Hello everyone, this is Dr. 2, welcome to another Fabric mod overview, this time on FairEnchanting, a mod that has the ability for you to have less levels or cost used when using an anvil or enchanting table. So, for example, if you're level 50, and there is an enchantment that happens to be a certain level, it'll take away a smaller amount rather than a very significant amount. So as you can see here, if I was level 50 and I wanted a certain specific enchantment, it would take a little bit, and obviously it'll take away a certain amount of, I'm assuming obviously if I went with orbs and only a few levels. So it's not going to be, if I just demonstrate here, that's not going to be 9 levels, it's going to be a lot less. So while you do need the requirement of 9 levels, it won't exactly take away exactly 9 levels. So if I go to add some here, a significant amount, if we do this, we go to 28, you can see it's taken quite away a bit. Now obviously 166 is quite a high level, so it is very different to level 50. If we happen to just say take damage and lower our amount of XP, so we can see a bit more reasonable numbers, we should be good to try, let's see, we'll go XP 500 for example, put us to level 20, put a helmet in, do 5, it'll take away that much. It's not taking away 20 exactly. With 16, it took away 1 level, but we still needed level 20, of course. It's taken away a fair bit more there. And the same. And as you can see, it is changing with how much there is that we can enchant for. So it's not trying to limit us too much, I guess, on enchantments. Or it's putting just, as you expect, the level of the enchantment, and what we need as a requirement is still that level. But in terms of how much consumption you have, it doesn't mean that you can't enchant, say, an entire set of armor at level 20 or something, possibly. Obviously, if you had less bookshelves, then that would make things a lot easier, compared to obviously what I've got set up right now. But you wouldn't have to go, okay, I've got 100 levels, I can finally enchant everything. You could just go, oh, okay, I've got level 20, I can enchant this, I can enchant this, and I can enchant my hoe if I want, and it's fine. You've still got a reasonable amount of levels left over, and it doesn't consume a dramatic amount in comparison. So if we wanted to also do the same here, with an anvil, with say an enchanted book of sorts, feather falling for example, got level 1, fire aspect's not going to work. Blast protection 4. I'm assuming many of these costs might be the same, but in terms of possibly repair cost, it might be different. That's where I'm not too sure on the anvil. I'm assuming another the cost possibly is for enchantments. I can't quite remember when applying enchantments to a piece of armor how much of a difference it'll make. Not smite. Depth strider. Can't apply that. Thorns. 15. So I'm assuming that would usually be a bit more expensive. Respiration. Projectile protection. I can't apply more protections. But either way, if I tried with, say, this, because I do have a few more options I could go with. Thorns 1. Respiration. Aqua Affinity. I'm assuming this is still fairly reasonable enchantment costs. If I do actually happen to use these, we'll see if the enchantment, the actual XP level cost is any different there. So just break this for a bit, and then we get some planks. I think that's what you need to repair a sword, a wooden one. So it's a cost of 1. Break it a bit more. and still 1 of course, but I'm assuming in that afterwards it'll be that obviously it costs a bit more each time, but it's still fairly reasonable. Not sure if that would be the case for repairing, or it's only just enchanted books being applied to enchantments, but yeah. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.